Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. And today we're going to be looking at the Gospel According to the Spirit by Allan Kardec. Specifically, chapter 17, Be Perfect. I don't know about you, but every time I hear Be Perfect, I get a little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man, am I being set up for failure here?
Right.
But this chapter isn't about reaching like some unattainable ideal.
No, it's not.
It's about practical ways we can strive for perfection in everyday life.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really fascinating that Kardec starts by quoting the Gospel of Matthew.
Right.
Be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect. That's a pretty daunting statement.
That's a big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he goes on to clarify.
He immediately clarifies that we're not talking about absolute perfection.
Right.
He's talking about what he calls relative perfection.
Oh, okay. So
the best humanity can achieve.
So relative perfection, what does that even mean? Is that like grading on a curve for spirituality?
Well, you can imagine it as a scale of moral development.
Okay.
We may never reach the absolute peak.
Okay.
But we can always strive to move higher on that scale.
Right.
Becoming, the best versions of ourselves.
I see.
And the core of this relative perfection, according to Kardec, is charity.
Okay.
In its broadest sense.
So we're talking about that like radical kind of love, like loving your enemies, doing good to those who hate you.
That's right.
It's pretty challenging stuff.
It is.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's not easy.
I'm always capable of that.
That's a challenge.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Kardec addresses head on.
Oh, okay.
He argues that every vice, every flaw we have stems from, ultimately from selfishness and pride.
Okay.
They're like roadblocks
on
the path to charity.
I see.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Anything that inflates our ego, our sense of self-importance, it actually chips away at our ability to be truly giving.
Right.
To be forgiving.
Yeah.
To be selfless.
So the more we can expand our capacity for love, even to those who've like wronged us,
to those who've hurt us,
the stronger we become morally.
It's like a muscle.
Almost like a muscle we can exercise.
That you can exercise.
I see.
It's about pushing ourselves beyond those natural inclinations to hold grudges or seek revenge.
Now, Kardec goes on to paint this picture of what he calls moral persons. And he doesn't just lay out vague ideals, but he gets really specific about like the traits and actions.
The traits and the actions of someone who is truly living a moral life.
Okay.
So, for example, they don't just talk about justice, love, and charity.
Right.
They embody those principles in everything they do.
Yeah.
They have this constant inner dialogue.
Okay.
Examining their conscience, asking themselves, did I do any harm?
Yeah.
Did I miss a chance to be helpful?
It's funny because I always thought like examining my conscience was this like really heavy, guilt-inducing thing. But the way you're describing it, it sounds more like a gentle...
It's more like a
self-check-in.
Gentle self-check-in.
Yeah.
Almost like a course correction.
Yeah.
On the path to becoming a better person.
And a key part of that?
And a key part of that is having faith in God's goodness.
Okay.
And it's not about blind faith or ignoring the difficulties of life, but having this underlying trust that even challenges our opportunities for growth.
Okay.
And this allows them to face life's ups and downs without complaint.
Okay.
And to see difficulties as stepping stones.
So it's like having this internal resilience, this deep-seated trust that things are unfolding as they should, even when they're tough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this inner strength manifests itself in their outward actions as well.
Okay.
So, for example, they find joy in helping others.
Okay.
Putting others' needs before their own. It's not a chore for them.
Right.
It's a source of genuine fulfillment.
They're the people that are always there for you, no matter what, without expecting anything in return.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's not just limited to those they're close to.
Right.
They show kindness and respect to everyone.
Okay.
Regardless of background beliefs, social standing.
Wow.
They see everyone as their brother or sister.
Yeah.
Recognizing that inherent worth in each person.
That's a powerful idea.
It is.
Especially in today's world where there's so much division and judgment.
And here's a crucial nuance.
Okay.
A truly moral person doesn't condemn those who think differently.
Okay.
They respect sincere convictions, even if they disagree.
Interesting.
It's about recognizing that everyone is on their own journey.
Right.
And that their beliefs, even if we don't share them, deserve our respect.
So it's not about forcing your views on others or judging them for their choices.
Yeah, it's about trying to understand where they're coming from and respecting their right to believe what they believe.
It's a much more open
It is.
and compassionate approach.
It is.
Now, Kardec goes on to connect this idea of moral development to Spiritism itself.
That's right.
He suggests that truly embracing Spiritism naturally cultivates these qualities.
That's right.
So it's like the principles of Spiritism
When they're really internalized, they become almost like a blueprint for moral living.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
It's not about creating a whole new set of rules.
Right.
It's about clarifying and strengthening the morality of Christ, making it more accessible and applicable to everyday life.
But here's a question that he raises.
Yeah.
If Spiritism leads to all these amazing qualities.
If it leads to these amazing qualities, why don't all Spiritists reach this level?
Yeah, why are there some
moral development
who seem to miss the mark?
Yeah.
You know, it's like that saying.
Like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Exactly.
And Kardec attributes this to the depth at which the teachings are felt.
Okay.
Not just intellectually understood.
Right.
Some people are like the seed in the parable of the sower that falls on stony ground.
Yeah.
You know, they hear the teachings, but they don't take root.
Okay.
They might be fascinated by the phenomena of Spiritism, the mystical elements.
Yeah.
But they miss the deeper moral lessons.
They're seeking the wonders.
Right.
The excitement, but not necessarily that inner transformation.
Yeah, that Spiritism offers.
It's like going to a concert for the light show.
That's a great analogy.
But not actually listening to the music.
It's not enough to just admire the teachings from afar.
Right.
You have to put them into practice.
Right.
Allow them to shape your thoughts, your choices, your interactions with others.
So it's about taking those beautiful principles.
That's right.
And weaving them into the fabric of your daily life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Making them a living, breathing part of who you are.
No, to help with that, Kardec.
Yeah, through the spirits. Offers very practical guidance.
Okay.
On how to live a moral life.
So it's not just this lofty philosophy.
He gives us concrete tools and strategies.
That's what I call a deep dive.
To actually put these principles into practice.
Let's explore.
Yeah, let's do it.
Some of that guidance.
Yeah.
Where do we begin?
Well, he starts with a fundamental concept, duty.
Duty, okay.
And he defines it in a really clear, actionable way.
Okay.
He says duty begins where your actions threaten another person's happiness or peace of mind.
I see.
And it ends at the limit you wouldn't want others to cross with you.
So it's like this reciprocal understanding of boundaries, recognizing we all have the capacity to experience pain.
Yeah.
And that should inform.
And that should inform
how we treat each other.
How we treat one another.
Yeah.
And Kardec doesn't shy away from the fact that pain is a universal experience.
Okay.
Rich or poor, educated or not.
Yeah.
We all share this vulnerability.
It's a powerful reminder that beneath all the surfing differences, we're all connected.
We are.
Yeah, by this shared human experience.
By this shared human experience, this should be the foundation of how we interact with others.
Now, this idea of duty leads us to another key concept, virtue.
Virtue.
But Kardec's view on virtue might surprise you.
It might.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Okay.
What's so surprising about his view on virtue?
He emphasizes that true virtue is modest.
Okay.
Hidden. Almost fleeing from praise.
Okay.
It's not about outward appearances or seeking recognition for good deeds.
Gotcha.
It's about the inner transformation.
Okay.
The purification of the spirit.
It's like that saying, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing.
Exactly.
It's about acting from a place of genuine goodness.
Yes.
Not for accolades or applause.
Not for the accolades.
Yay.
Not for the applause.
Makes me think about all those times I've helped someone and secretly hope they'd tell other people how great I was.
Right.
Not exactly pure motivation, is it?
It's a human tendency.
Yeah.
But Kardec encourages us
to
be mindful of those subtle ego trips.
Yeah.
True virtue lies in acting from a place of pure intention.
Okay.
Free from self-centeredness.
Now, Kardec then delves into the dynamics between superiors and subordinates.
Yeah.
And this feels particularly relevant
in
today's world.
Especially today.
All the discussions about power dynamics, social hierarchies.
Absolutely.
And Kardec doesn't mince words.
He does not.
He says authority is a trust, not a privilege.
That's right.
Those in positions of power will be held accountable for how they use it.
They will.
So whether it's in a workplace, a family, a community, true leadership involves responsibility and service.
It does.
Not domination or exploitation.
Not domination.
Not exploitation.
It's like this idea of stewardship.
Yes.
Of recognizing that any position of authority comes with a moral obligation to act.
It does.
For the benefit of others.
For the benefit of others. And here's where the Spiritist perspective really shines through.
Okay.
Kardec reminds us that today's subordinate might be tomorrow's superior.
Oh, so the tables can turn.
The tables can turn.
So treat everyone with respect and dignity.
Right.
Regardless of their social standing.
Yeah, you never know where life's journey will take you.
You never know.
Or them.
Exactly.
This brings to mind the golden rule, do unto others.
Do unto others.
As you would have them do unto you.
As you would have them do unto you.
It's about recognizing that fundamental interconnectedness.
Absolutely.
Between all of us.
Between all of us now. Kardec tackles this question of the individual in the world.
Okay.
And it's interesting because he doesn't advocate for withdrawing from society.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Or denying yourself happiness.
Because some spiritual traditions emphasize renunciation and detachment from worldly pleasures.
But Kardec's view is more nuanced.
Okay.
He stresses the importance of finding joy.
Okay.
In ways that align with God's will.
I see.
Bringing a sense of purity and intention. To even our everyday actions.
So it's not about becoming a hermit or denying yourself simple pleasures. Exactly.
It's about finding that balance.
It's about finding that balance between engaging with the world and staying true to your moral compass.
It's about infusing even those seemingly mundane activities with a sense of sacredness.
Yes.
Mindfulness.
Mindfulness. So, for example, instead of mindlessly scrolling through social media, you might choose to spend that time connecting with loved ones.
Okay.
Or engaging in creative pursuits.
So it's about making conscious choices.
It is.
About how you spend your time and energy.
Absolutely.
Aligning them with your values.
Aligning them with your values and aspirations.
And finally,
Kardec addresses this often debated topic, caring for the body and the spirit.
Okay.
And he debunks both extremes.
Okay.
Asceticism, which denies the body, and materialism, which overindulges it.
So he's advocating for a middle path.
He's advocating for a middle path.
Right.
Recognizing that both the body and spirit are important and need care.
This is where I struggle.
Yeah. I tend to go all in on things.
Okay.
Either restrict myself completely or overindulge.
Right.
Finding that balance is a constant challenge.
It is something we all grapple with.
Yeah.
Kardec reminds us that true perfection lies in disciplining and humbling the spirit.
Okay.
Not punishing the body.
Right.
It's about finding that sweet spot.
Yeah.
Where you're nurturing both your physical and spiritual well-being.
This whole conversation is making me realize how much I used to think that spiritual growth required some grand gesture, some dramatic life change. But Kardec's suggesting it's actually about those everyday choices we make.
It's about the everyday choices.
Yeah. The small acts of kindness.
The small acts of kindness.
The moments of self-reflection.
Moments of self-reflection.
The conscious effort to act from a place of love.
Yes.
Rather than fear or ego.
Rather than fear or ego. It's about recognizing that even those seemingly insignificant moments hold the potential for transformation. Each choice, each interaction is an opportunity to practice those principles, to embody the qualities of a truly moral person.
It's like we're constantly weaving the fabric of our moral character thread by thread.
Thread by thread.
Choice by choice.
Choice by choice. And it's a journey.
Yeah.
It requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to learn from our mistakes.
Kardec reminds us that we're all works in progress.
We are all works in progress.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
The important thing is...
The important thing is that we keep striving.
Yeah.
That we keep growing.
Keep moving towards that.
Keep moving towards that ideal of relative perfection.
What I find so inspiring about Kardec's approach is he emphasizes the active role we play in our own spiritual development.
Yes.
It's not something that just happens to us passively.
Exactly.
We have to choose it, cultivate it.
We have to choose it.
Nurture it.
Cultivate it.
Yeah. Through our thoughts.
Nurture it.
Our words.
Through our thoughts, our words and actions.
And that choice, that commitment to our own moral evolution is ultimately what sets us on the path towards true perfection.
It is about becoming conscious co-creators of our own spiritual destinies.
Now, as we wrap up this deep dive into Be Perfect, it's important to connect these teachings back to our own lives.
Yes.
After all, what's the point of all this knowledge?
What's the point of all this knowledge?
If we don't actually apply it.
If we don't apply it, knowledge is only truly valuable when it's lived.
Right.
When it informs our choices and transforms our experience.
So let's take a moment to reflect.
Let's take a moment to reflect.
What's one concrete action you can take today to bring more of these principles? Charity, love, duty?
Charity, love, duty.
Into your life.
Into your life. How can you make a tangible difference in the world? Starting with your own thoughts and behaviors.
It doesn't have to be some grand gesture.
It doesn't.
Right.
It could be as simple as offering a kind word to a stranger. Practicing patience in a frustrating situation. Or making a conscious effort to listen without judgment.
Or maybe it's about examining your own prejudices. Challenging those ingrained assumptions.
And
looking for ways to be more inclusive and compassionate in your interactions.
In your interactions, it's about remembering that every interaction, no matter how small, is an opportunity to practice these principles to embody the qualities of a truly moral person.
It's like those ripples in a pond you drop a pebble in, and those ripples spread out, touching everything in their path. Even small acts of kindness can have a far-reaching impact.
Exactly, and it all starts with that inner commitment, that conscious choice to align ourselves with these higher principles.
And this journey, this striving for relative perfection, it's not a solo mission, is it?
No, not at all. Kardec emphasizes that we're not alone in this. The spirit world is there to guide and support us, offering encouragement and wisdom as we navigate the complexities of life. It's like having this team of unseen cheerleaders rooting for us every step of the way.
Sometimes I forget that.
It's easy to do.
I get so caught up in my own head, my own struggles. I forget to tap into that spiritual support system that's always available.
It's easy to do in our busy, often overwhelming world. But taking even a few moments each day to connect with that higher power through prayer, meditation, or simply quiet reflection can make a huge difference.
It's like plugging into a source of renewable energy.
That's a great way to put it.
With the soul.
Now, as we wrap up this deep dive into Be Perfect, I want to leave you with this thought. True perfection, as Kardec describes it, isn't about achieving some flawless state of being. It's about the purity of our intentions. And the depth of our commitment to living a life guided by love, charity, and duty.
So it's an ongoing journey.
It is.
It's an evolution of the spirit.
And as you continue on this journey, remember that every step you take towards greater love, compassion, and understanding not only transforms your own life, but contributes to the betterment of the world around you. You are a powerful agent of change.
That's amazing.
Simply by choosing to embody these principles.
It's inspiring to think that we all have this capacity within us to make a positive impact, no matter how small our actions may seem.
So keep striving, keep growing. Keep seeking that relative perfection that lies within your grasp. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. The spirits are with you, supporting you every step of the way.
Until next time, may your journey be filled with peace, joy, and the unwavering support of the spirit world. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.